Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Gaming with Mydartswinger. In this episode, I talk about my recent gaming obsession, Star Citizen. Star Citizen is currently in early testing stages and slated for full release either at the end of 2016 or the beginning of 2017. The vision for the game is to be a fully immersive RPG with first-person fighting and flight simulation, where you decide what to do. You could choose to be an explorer, searching the universe for undiscovered planets, new jump locations, ancient ruins, and mapping uncharted parts of space. If exploration isn't your thing, you could be a salvage operator, looking for junk to pick apart and sell. In relation to being a salvage operator, you could also be a space trucker, hauling goods from planet to planet. If you're looking for a bit more action, you could be an escort pilot, following large, unarmed vessels, or work as a security forces pilot. You could even go against the law and be a space pirate, plundering goods and stealing ships. Are you a Boba Fett fan? Become a bounty hunter, searching for those that have turned against the law and have a bounty for their arrest. The world will be virtually limitless, allowing you to go anywhere and everywhere, as long as you can afford it. That's right, there's going to be a full economy where you have to pay for operating expenses for your ship, including insurance premiums. Ouch. Fret not though, the costs for the premiums are said to be reasonable and in relation to the risk of the areas of space you plan to operate in. To remain a legit operator, you'll need to maintain insurance. If not, your options become limited, and usually illegal. Which brings back the fighting in the ship theft. If your ship is destroyed or stolen, you don't get a new one for free. Insurance will cover the replacement cost of the ship, if you have it. If you don't, you must purchase a new one, or steal one if you opt to go against the law. In this episode, though, I'm only going to focus on what's currently available, the Hangar Module and Arena Commander, also known as the Dogfighting Module. Star Citizen is crowdfunded, meaning that the developers are selling testing access passes and other benefits to fund the game's development. You can purchase different starter packs that include access to Arena Commander, the full game once it releases, a ship, a hangar, 1,000 in-game credits to start with when the game releases, and some in-game insurance time. If you're not satisfied with the ship in your starter pack, in some cases you may be able to upgrade to a different ship. You could also buy additional ships that usually include a different hangar and insurance time for the ship that you purchased. Once you've logged into the game, the first thing you'll see after the loading screen is your hangar. Your hangar is where your ships are stored. You can change the configuration of your ships, or even inspect your ships. There are several hangars available. Which one you have will depend on the pledge packages you purchase. The most basic of these is the Self-Land hangar, seen here, which is a traditional and industrial appearing hangar. Once you're in your hangar, feel free to roam around and explore. Use the elevators to take you upstairs and get a better view of your ships. The elevators in the hangar are automatic, so you don't have to worry about finding a function button or anything like that to get it to come up or down. Just walk right up to it, and if it's on a different floor than you are, it'll come to you. You walk in, it'll start moving to the floor that you want to go to. At this point, I'm going to walk you around the Self-Land hangar so you can see what it has to offer. While we have a minute of just walking around the hangar, I just want to take a minute and talk to you about the ships that are available on the website for purchase and what they mean to you. Most of the ships available for purchase for real money will also be available in-game for credits once the game launches. These ships will be pricey and take a couple of months of playtime to earn. The benefit of purchasing one now is that you'll have access to any ship you purchase from the time it's made available, which most that are for sale now are available in Arena Commander. In the case that you purchase a ship that is not yet flyable in Arena Commander, you'll be provided a loaner until it does become available. Additionally, you'll have that ship in your hangar when the game is released, allowing you to have your own ships and potentially be able to do more or travel farther than those that just start the game when it is released. The added benefit of your first few insurance premium payments covered is also a plus, allowing you to keep more of the credits you earn in-game. If you decide not to buy into the game until it releases, you'll still be able to do anything that the early adopters can do. You'll just have to take jobs that allow the use of a ship for that job or rent ships for your use until you can save up the credits to buy your first ship. At this point, we come to the configuration table, which I'll explain in more detail later in this video. To operate the configuration table, look for the Use prompt and press the F key. When you're done, press the F key again to return to normal operation. When you press the F key to open the ship configuration tools, press the Tab key to lock your view and activate the mouse cursor. Left-click on a ship you want to work with and drag it to the center circle. In this case, I'm looking for the ship that has the gun I wish to move. Once you find it, click on and drag the tab you wish to modify, in this case weapons, which we're moving a Mark 6 cannon from one ship and putting it on the Aurora MR. Right-click and rotate on the ship if needed to see the weapon. To remove it, click on the weapon you wish to remove and drag it to the right-hand pane. Return to the Ships tab menu and select the ship you wish to add it to. Return to the Weapons tab, click the weapon you wish to add, drag it to an open blue bubble. If it turns purple, the item isn't compatible with that mount. Once added, you can close the ship configuration tool and take a look at the changes it made to your ship. The other hangar I'm going to show you is the Aero hangar. This hangar has a much cleaner, brighter, and more futuristic design. Functionally, however, it's the same as the Self-Land hangar. As with the configuration table, anything that comes up with the Use prompt, you can press the F key to activate it. Before you go flying, you'll want to make sure you familiarize yourself with the controls. You can use your mouse and keyboard, a gamepad such as an Xbox 360 controller, or a joystick. There are also players that use dual joystick setups, or a joystick and a hands-on throttle stick system, which simply put is a separate throttle system. Since I don't have a separate throttle, my personal preference is a joystick. While it's a bit more difficult to aim with the joystick, I find it easier to control the ship, and the mouse and keyboard is a bit more difficult to center once you've made a maneuver. If you want to use the mouse and keyboard, just take a good look at the default control program for it. If you want to use a gamepad, verify that it works the way you prefer. If not, follow the setups for the joystick, which I will cover next. To do this, press the Escape key to view the game menu, then click Options. Next, click on Key Bindings. Click on the arrows to navigate through the control systems. Here, you'll find the default control mappings for keyboard and mouse, gamepad, and joystick. When ready to make your changes, click Advanced Controls Customization at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Click on the blue bar on the right hand side of the screen and drag it down until you find the control you want to modify. Click the control you want to modify and highlight it. Double click it to bind it to a new key and move your control axis or press the button you want to assign to that control. Wait for the bar to fill up and release the control. I do find the hat button on the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro joystick to be a bit difficult to get bound, but if you have that issue, recalibrate your joystick and give it another go. There's no need to save your changes, just press back to get to the main menu and resume to return to the point in game where you were when you pressed escape. In Arena Commander, there are 4 main ways to play. The first of which is Free Flight, which is just you flying your ship with no one shooting at you. I recommend this for your first few flights to get used to your controls and to get them fine-tuned. The second is Vandal Swarm, where it's you and teammates who are either AI ships or other players against waves of AI ships. This is a good mode to practice your dogfighting skills before going against other players. All of my combat footage in this video is from Vandal Swarm with AI teammates. The third mode is Racing. This is a test of your high speed and precision control. The course is tight and the ships are fast. I recommend this mode after you've done a few Vandal Swarm dogfights so you have a bit of experience, because here you can hone your precision flying skills, letting you have the skills needed to avoid obstacles when dogfighting. The racing mode is what you see me doing now. The last mode is PvP dogfighting. While all of the above modes can be played with multiple players, this is the only one where you can fight against other players. Next up, I'd like to showcase the Aurora MR and the Avenger. The first of these is the Aurora MR, a somewhat slow, lightly armored, and lightly armed ship with a small cargo capacity. This ship was designed as a starter ship for the explorers. The Aurora has a pair of very small laser guns that quickly cool down, which is very suited for the Aurora's small power supply. Now on to the inside. While the interior is very sparse, it does have a bunk for the captain to lay down in and take a nap on those long flights. However, the ship does offer a wide view range canopy to make those re-entries a lot more easy. While she's not going to rip apart the enemy, she does have the capability to take care of herself if the situation arises that she is trying to get ambushed. From a ship that can barely defend herself to a fully combat-ready ship, the Aegis Avenger. Her main gun is a large caliber chain gun, similar to what you'd find on the A-10 Warthog. She also has 4 infrared missiles for those tougher targets. For when the situation calls for a less than lethal method, she has 2 immobilizing beams. In Arena Commander, they still do damage. However, I imagine that they'll lose that damage and begin to immobilize ships upon the full release of the game. Come around the back and drop the ramp. You'll find a modest cargo area, complete with stasis chambers for when you decide to go on those bounty hunting missions and collect your fugitive. You can put them in these stasis chambers and safely hold them until you get to where you can go collect your bounty. When you enter the mid-level of the ship, It opens up to where you can find a bed, just like for the Aurora MR. In this ship, you can actually go back to the back end and close the ramp from the inside.
Missile lock. Begin scan. Missile lock. Begin scan. Rear shield under fire. Starboard shield under fire. Right hand. Missile lock. Begin scan. Shields recharging. Shields up. Missile lock. Begin scan. Rear shield under fire. Starboard shield under fire. Proximity alert. End. Shields recharging. Shields. Proximity.
As you can see, she can take as well as dish out the punishment. She is no slouch when it comes to combat. I really enjoy this game and look forward to what's to come. If you're into space sims or space RPGs, give Star Citizen a go. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me know what you want to see. See you next time, and thanks for watching.